Zionic stage. The battle is half won. Because as they say, nobody has ever in history, nowhere in history is written or recorded that army of volunteers were ever defeated. A purpose. Yoruba's purpose in Nigeria right now is not defined. It's never defined. And you should tell yourselves this truth. The passion you have right now for one Nigeria as a Yoruba man is a disservice to what you should be having a passion for. And that is the nation where you come from. A nation where you have similar destiny, where you are supposed to have one united purpose as a people, a progressive mind that cut across politics, commerce, science, education, name it. All of these are currently being subdued, being sat upon, being managed to be buried by the one Nigeria. They made us lose our purpose. We cannot allow the coming generation to follow this same trajectory. It will be a total disservice to them. I, as a Yoruba man, I, Mayegun General, I want to be that ambassador that will tell the coming generation, one Nigeria is a ruse. Wasting your energy, your resources trying to make it work, it's like wastage or a waste of lifetime. Why would you waste your life trying to make a Nigeria work when nobody allowed you or would allow you to make a genuine contribution into addressing the differences of all these over 250 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria? You can call them 250 countries. That's a number. Malta is a country. Their population is no more than 600,000 people. There are countries that many of you are looking up on social media today because of what Nigeria has done to you individually, collectively. You want to jackpot? You are looking for a place to go to. Most of these countries that you want to go to, their population are not up to one local government in your Nigeria, in Yoruba land. Seriously, I am not joking. Then you have a place, Nigeria, the crippled giant of Africa, the burden of Africa. Not a blessing in any way. With over 250 countries, nations, with their own languages, culture, tradition, politics, governance, commerce, defense, science, name it. They are fused and forced together with this proviso. No choice. They are not given a choice. Not even a choice to decide if they want to be part of this or not. They handed them a book. They called it a constitution. Rule yourself with this. And for 24 years, my brothers and sisters, what do we have? What do we have? If you turn around there, they will say, we need to come together. Is that not telling you that we are divided? If we are united, why is everybody asking us to come together? 62 years, 24 years of the recent democracy. Everybody has tried. A lot of people have died. Then they are telling you, in a democracy, it is a treason to ask that let us discuss this unity that you are talking about. Let's talk about the unity. Come on, come here, come here. I'm a Yoruba man. He's an Igbo man. You know, we all have our differences. We have things that makes us feel like we don't want to be part of this anymore. Why is nobody interested in that? Why are they talking about unity when why are they not talking about the division? Or let me say, why are they talking about unity when they are not talking about the division, when there is no division? Why? I watch my people die for things that they shouldn't die for. I saw young people whose future, life, have been mortgaged. I saw hope, dreams die in beautiful eyes of young people. I saw Nigeria happen to many people. And that they were Christians, they were Muslims, that they were Hausas, they were Fulanis, they were Igbos, they were Yorubas, Ijos, Shekiri. It don't matter wherever you come from. Young, old, poor, rich, especially poor. I saw Nigeria happen to a lot of people. A lot happened. Dreams shattered, hopes destroyed, strength weakened, aspirations completely destroyed. And that's what Nigeria is. But you're not allowed to discuss them. You're not even allowed to say this is what we want as a group of people. I want us to change that. We need to change that. If people tell you about unity, it simply means that there's some division that they are not admitting to. If people talk about peace, it means there's some war that they are not admitting to. If people are talking about let's come together so that we can progress, there's some backwardness that they are not admitting to. And these are the bane. We must talk about them. You cannot create good thing out of terrible things. Stop. You know, they did it to us, the generation before us. Don't let us do that to the generation coming after us. Don't let us get so lost that we pretend not to know what to do. We know what to do. Many of us are just afraid of doing them. Because sometimes it is peaceful or it is uncomfortably peaceful in that your comfort zone. Leaving the comfort zone to the uncomfortable one requires a lot of nerves. But Nigeria will give you that nerve. You're going to get that nerve. And I can see that in so many ways, that people who have seen the division, who have seen the injustice, who have seen the impunity, who have seen the whole lies, they are not lying low anymore. They don't have all the answers. But there's something many people have discovered. This Nigeria is not for them. This Nigeria cannot continue. This particular one is completely against us. So whatever is going to be done should be done. So as a Yoruba man, I want to be part of those who make it your legitimate rights that should be proud of. You should be proud of that before they forced us to be part of this contraption. We could handle ourselves, and we owe it to the generation coming, not to lie to them that Nigeria is united or Nigeria will be united if they come together. There is no framework of us coming together. The only framework of us coming together is to come and address our division. But guess what? The political class, the elite, and many more who are benefiting from our division, they are telling you and I that all we needed is to get our PVC. All we needed is to come together and elect a good leader. All we needed, just like every 4 years, a ritual. They are lying to you because that is not all. You should be part of that generation that says, this is what we want and we will get it. I am one of them. And I'm asking you to hold tight too. In our own capacity as a people, as a Yoruba man, if whether na red-blooded or blue-blooded, na blood, red blood cell within my system, it is that of an Ijebu man from Yoruba land. And with the division we have seen so far, like I said, it is always good to take and bring the purpose of an average Yoruba man, young and old. It is the right thing to do, right? To bring our purpose all together, our passion, our resources, our voices, and everything that we hold dear, yeah, and put them together for a purpose that you will be proud of, your children will be proud of. And when you see the new generation of young Yorubas, they would not be speaking of a contraption that they don't understand. Their own forebearers didn't understand. Because if they did understand, we probably would not be here fighting this battle, the battle of our lives. Nigeria made us to fight for this. And I will make you not to deny yourselves the right to do that. Those political class who take advantage of what really matters to us, majority of them are already talking about Biafra, talking about a Yoruba nation, and all of that in their shambolic, bogus, and fraudulent electoral charade, the 4 years rituals that you and I know will end in the same thing, failure. So that they can call you again in 4 years and say, come here, we have discovered a new idea, right? In their own nonsense that they are doing. So we're taking a stand, by the way. Yeah, we are taking a stand as a young people so that you will not wake up in another 10 years and say, oh dear, as a Yoruba man, in poverty, in fear, in the terrorized place, and that Yoruba man is still jumping up, shouting and screaming, one united Nigeria, one united Nigeria. Let's pray for Nigeria. We need to change that. That's what I'm saying. You see, all those your children who are watching this broadcast with you, all those young children, it doesn't take long for them to grow. We need to feed them with the right information of who they are. Nigeria is a lie. In your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, you are promoting a one Nigeria that is rigged completely against you. Is that out of ignorance? Or pretty much because you are going to benefit from it? Whatever it is for you, I am going to make sure that you are never going to influence the next generation with all these lies that they told you. You've discovered it, but you refuse to disembark from it. It is now time for us to make sure that our children, they are never going to drink from the well of lies of one Nigeria, one united Nigeria. We need to tell them the truth. And we'll tell them that it is nothing wrong to be a Yoruba man in a contraption called Nigeria. It is their duty to take us out of that place. Now, what do I mean by that? We will no longer pass the buck. And those who came before us, they probably passed the buck on to us. They gave excuses why they should wait. They gave so many reasons, I believe. Remember that those who are in their 60s today, those who are in their 50s today, they were once in their own teens. They were once in their own 20s. They're all in their own, they were once in their own 30s. You are in your 20s. You are in your 20s now. You are in your 30s. I am never going to be part of you who are going to influence the coming generations who are in their teens and tell them that Nigeria is going to be great for them. You know it's never going to be. You have discovered the lies. And the way you only solidify it or you keep that one Nigeria together is to continue to champion a fraudulent, manipulated election every 4 years, or continue to preach a unity that doesn't exist. Continue to preach and pray for one Nigeria that doesn't exist. Whatever is your benefit, whatever you're going to get from that, my generation, in my 30s, right? We should all form the bond to ensure that this crop of misguided brothers and sisters of ours are never going to do the same to these young people coming before us, because they're going to be so brutal. And it is so sad if you see people who are ignorant of what is happening. If people who don't have an idea of the consequences of their choices, it's so sad if you see them passionately promote what is exactly put together to destroy them. It is sad. It's called ignorance. And we have them in their large numbers. Ashiwaju is going to change everything for us. Do you know that Tifnumbu has released his own manifesto? Manifesto of Tifnumbu doesn't have restructuring. Manifesto of Tifnumbu doesn't have any idea of how to tackle terrorism. Manifesto of Tifnumbu doesn't have an idea of how to tackle inflation. Do you know that? I've seen it. And possibly I'm going to tell you about that so that you can talk about, when you talk about, discussing substance and not, not propaganda. I've read through that. A 32 page or 33 pages of lies that Tifnumbu is bringing to you. There's no real restructuring there. There's nothing about, state police that could come with restructuring. There's no clear-cut idea of how they are going to pay Nigeria debt. There's no idea of how to revive your economy, cut inflation, and then strengthen your naira. There's no idea of how to generate real electricity, how to decentralize electricity in Nigeria and give autonomy to the local government areas. There's nothing there. But they're going to come to you and say all these lies on different campaign podiums. You would ignorantly or stupidly, as I love to say, stupidly agree with them. And then you go about and start interpreting and speaking grammar. Atifku doesn't have any clear-cut idea of how to tackle Fulani terrorism. Atifku doesn't have any clear-cut idea of how to end the terrorism in southern Nigeria. Atifku is supporting open grazing. Atifku supports cattle colony. Atifku is against the ban on open grazing. Maybe you don't know that. As a young person, you are probably going to be telling yourself, Atifku can win election. Tifnumbu can win election. It's going to be the turn of the Yorubas. It is not the turn of the Yorubas. It is not the turn of the Hausa. It is not the turn of the Igbos. It is the turn of the crooked, the criminals who have been benefiting from the rot. You have been paying the price. Maybe it is time for you to say enough, enough. I have seen through their lies, and tell me you don't believe them after reading them. I mean, if you care for yourself, go and read all the lies they are coming to sell to you. Then come back later and tell me, oh, I regret believing them. Come on, man. I've just told you. It is suicidal to believe that you can build something good out of something so rotten. You've seen it. Stop lying to yourselves. So I'm a young man who will never let you influence the coming generation with those lies. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. I don't know how far I'm going to succeed. But I can tell you that I am not alone. There are so many people like myself who are also interested in doing this. They are already doing it. I just want to make sure that the one we are going to get involved in is going to be the one that you can track. Yes, we can track how much of the progress we are making, how many of the young Yorubas worldwide can see this light and help us to stop other young people from following the same track, the track of those who are selling this fraudulent world Nigeria to you. I mean, join me. Come on. I want you to join me. I want you to join me in chatting this Yoruba first. Let an average Yoruba man understand the implication of politics. Let an average Yoruba boy, a Yoruba girl, let them understand the implication of this one Nigeria, and then let them know the worthy things that they will leave behind for the generation coming after them, if they can stand their ground and put a break to this nonsense called one Nigeria. If you tell them they can do it, yes, they can. If you show them how to do it, yes, they will do it. And that is why on Mayegun's Diary Political, where people who are tired are also tired of talking. They say, stop talking. We are tired of talking. Take a minute and just breathe in, breathe it out as a Yoruba man, and see what you too can be part of. We call it Igbimo Majo Baje Ile Yoruba. We are tired of talking, they say. Mayegun, we must do something and stop this hemorrhage. I said, yes, I agree. Then we came up here with different ideas of how to get involved with our people, and how do we make the purpose of an average Yoruba man change that from that of a one Nigeria, let's work and make Nigeria work. Nigeria is never going to work. Not in a million years, especially if Nigeria is going to work. It should be working by now. You and I should just be working to make it even better. But guess what? It is worse. And they're going to tell you that it is you that will do it. I was just a baby. I was a little boy. A baby, when they have probably been talking about we must do our best to make Nigeria work. Do you understand? But I am going to be 40 years old in about 18 months' time. I'm going to be 40 years in 18 months. Do you know that? That's 18 months is 1 year, 1.5 years. I'm going to be 40 years. Now, I don't want to tell my own children that Nigeria is going to be better if they work hard, because it is not them that is not making Nigeria better. It is the system that shaped us to be what we have been. And education too. Most importantly, education. You see what you have on your screen is going to be our project for the foreseeable future. You get what I mean now? It's going to be the project of an average Yoruba man, Yoruba woman, Yoruba boy, Yoruba girl, and Yoruba family all over the world. And you are going to own it. Yoruba Rescue Fund. This idea, for those of us who know the brain behind this, is the fact that we are going to, be involved in the lives of our people. That center figure you see there is Yoruba. Why? With the head of Olokun standing as the base of that Yoruba. Yoruba, a very, very powerful one. We have experimented with a lot, and we are done with experimentation. It is time to move. Ori Olokun. Somebody sent a message when I first shared this image, which is going to be the image you are going to see on vans, the image you are going to see on cars, image you are going to see on plastic bags, image you are going to see on so many things around Yoruba land. Image, the logo that you are going to see on letter-headed papers. A logo you are going to see on we are going to put this on a branded what do you call it, on different branded materials all over Yoruba land. And you are going to love it. Now, Yoruba Rescue Fund is not just about the fund. Some said we should remove the fund. Some said that we should change it to a what do you call it? A Yoruba Eden. But what I want to say to all of you is this: all of your ideas and suggestions are going to be put to use in the course of this journey. Now, what we have as the backup for this, what are we going to do with this? A quick recap. Somebody messaged me or dropped a comment and said, Yorubas are Christians, Yorubas are Muslims. That Yorubas have gone beyond idol worshipping, this blah, blah, blah. That we should remove any image of idol from our logo. This person, I don't know if he's a Yoruba person, and I don't know if that person is watching me right now. You see, part of this project is to educate not just the young Yorubas, including the old Yorubas, the value and the core value of who they are, and remind them of who they are. Are you with me? This person felt offended that the current logo or the current flag of Ilano, I believe, that is being used as the flag for Yoruba nation for now. This person is offended that we use the Olokun's head. Olokun represents Olokun for you as a Yoruba man or woman that is watching me right now. Olokun's head is not an idol's head. Yorubas are not, whatever you have as your Abrahamic faith, as a Yoruba man, you should never, by any means, undermine who we really or truly are. Olokun, as this head represents, and in this logo, represents peace, progress, bountiful harvest, good, and I'm gonna bring that up, by the way. There's something here I want to share. Hang on. I think it should be this. So Olokun Earth, right there, which represents an indigenous, well, put it as an indigenous representation of your land, our land, which represents abundance, fertility, wealth, healing, and source of, it's a mystery as this my guy described it. But primarily, as a Yoruba man, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, in Yoruba land where I grew up, are you with me? Once your religion begin to say you cannot associate with your brothers and sisters because they are not Christians or they are not Muslims, do you know the name we have for you? We will say, àwọn tó ti gba wèrè mẹ́sìn. Not that we don't know that they exist among us in Yoruba land. But you see that head there is not an idol. It's not whatever your religion says it is. Because in Yoruba land, once you begin to go that far and say because your Christianity doesn't allow you to do this, your Islam doesn't allow you to do that, we just say I want wèrè tó ti gba wèrè mẹ́sìn yẹn ni. Because a true Yoruba will know that your brother or your sisters, as a family member, your religion doesn't separate you from them. It doesn't make you better than them. When you go to your church, you can preach about heaven and that. When you go to your mosque, you can preach about Alijanan and all that. When you come into that Yoruba land where you have everybody around, you would behave as a Yoruba man. And as Yoruba people, we are not idol worshippers. For people like us who don't believe in any religion, in what we know, we believe that it is humans who created the God. That is why God means different things to different races and different people. And they also have a means of reaching their God. Okay? And this means, as Yoruba people, is our ways of reaching through all those who believe are the representatives of the gods, right? I mean, the gods who are the representative of the Almighty, that we believe is the Olodumare, the Almighty, which is above everyone else. But right here, he's got messengers that we can speak to, that we can pray through, and what have you. Just same way you pray through all the prophets you have in your religion, or you pray to God because you know the God through all those prophets. So listen, if your religion now calls us idol worshippers and all of that, that is part of the education we are about to change. Yorubas are not idol worshippers. Okay? And if you call us a traditionalist, if that is what it means in your book, we respect that. And being a Muslim or being a Christian, and guess what, as Yorubas, for you to know that we respect ourselves so much, that religion would never, ever have, would never divide us in a way. And we must change that. That is now brewing his head, where you feel like this one is better or that one is not better. In Yoruba land, once you join, once you are in the midst of your fellow Yorubas, you have to drop the idea that some people are going to hell while you are going to heaven. We don't do that. So you will tell your children, Olokun is not an idol. Our orishas, they are not evil. What do you call Eshu? It's not Satan. Tell your children, Eshu is a prophet. Right there, just same way, you will see other prophet that you have from all these Abrahamic religions. So in Yoruba land, education about this is so important, and we are going to add that as a part of our own project. We need to educate the minds of our people. So if you are a Yoruba man, if you're not a Christian, if you're not a Muslim, maybe you are not probably human. We need to change that, because when we were growing up, that wasn't how we were raised. Whatever your own religion is teaching you today, we must never let our own children learn that from you. And you must never let your children be like that, okay? Because being a Christian, being a Muslim, or being an atheist, or being an, what do you call it, traditionalist, as a Yoruba man, there's something called regard and respect for everyone's belief. It will never ever come into for or come to play or to determine or decide how we rule or govern ourselves. Remember that. And that's what you tell your children. Hmm? You will begin to tell your children now. Issue is not Satan. Whatever Satan is in their book, they should describe it. We need to refine it. Is that's your problem? That's the problem I'm talking about. We need to stop all this. Our people say they should do. No, come on, man. But the bottom line is this: as Yoruba people, this is who we are. Whatever we now become will never deny us from who we are, and we always respect that. It's never been an issue. And I told people, I said that if Oriolokun is a problem for you, Baba, don't be part of this. So it's not going to be changed. That is going to be our logo now, right? And in order to give it its own meaning, that's why we have the what's the column, the meaning of what this is about. And it's not just about the fund. Yoruba Rescue Fund is primarily put together to get volunteers, this time around registered, known, and can be seen volunteers who are going to indeed take this right there into our Yoruba land. You watching me right now that is about to go and campaign for Peter Obi, I am going to be working to make sure that before December 2022, as a Yoruba man, you are not going to be campaigning for Peter Obi. You are going to be championing Yoruba Nation. This is the vehicle towards it. Yeah, I am going to make you start screaming, Yoruba Nation, we don't want election, we don't want this and that. That's how I'm going to make you do that. I'm not going to force you to accept a Yoruba Nation. I'm going to make you understand why you should be part of it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not alone. So in order to make it work, we have put together something that is going to become part and parcel of everything you're going to be seeing in the coming weeks in that Yoruba land. Yeah, that's our own project. So I'm not going to say, no, don't follow Atifku or don't follow Tifnumbu, don't follow this and that. No, 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 no. Because you see, in a democracy, even though it's dictatorial, you always have a choice. And that your choice is yours. Yeah, you should be able to have choices. I also have a job to remind you that your choice can be very, very fatal, suicidal, disruptive and destructive of your own life. I can make that happen. Do you understand that now? Yoruba rescue. Look at that rescue there. Because nobody's going to come and fight for us. We will fight for ourselves. We will push for what we want. And we will change the subjects from what it is now to what we want it to be. Only if we get involved. How? This is how. Can we make that happen? I don't know. You tell me. Can we actually change this whole thing, Mayegun? I don't know. You will tell me that. That's why I said that if it is true that nobody has defeated the army of volunteers in history, then let's make history repeat itself for a good purpose, for a good reason. Something that when you put your mouth where your money is, that is what I've just brought to you now. Is it going to work? I don't know. You tell me. Are people going to make this work? I don't know. You will tell me. But Mayegun, go and bring something that we can work with. I have brought that now. There you go. There you have it. Can we make it work? Yes, I believe. So that's why we have volunteers here. We are tired of talking. You are tired of talking. We are tired of complaining. We all know the problems now, and we all know the players in these problems, yeah? What are you doing about it? That's the question. What are you going to do about it? Sit down, fold your hands, complain, and expect other people to do something. Now, Yoruba nation now, yes. Look at what is going on in London. People are doing something. A lot of people are doing a lot. So if you ask them, what are you doing? I am mobilizing. Really? Yeah, I'm mobilizing for Yoruba nation. Wow. You can join me to join others. Then everything can come into it. Oh, we want to help our people about security. Yes, we can. Should we help our people in the area of education in a way? Yes, we can. Yes, we should. Can we help our people to beat this inflation that is biting and tell them who are those responsible and tell them how to reject it and never be part of it anymore? Yes, we can. How? We mobilize. Yes, we mobilize. What do? We mobilize. You stop complaining. You stop lamenting. You stop pointing fingers and you start mobilizing. Oh no, you have no idea what you can do if you mobilize the right people for the right cause. You will be on top of the world. And a journey of 1,000 miles, they say, start with the step. That step is this. Are we going to succeed? I don't know. You tell me. So it's up to us now. As volunteers, you are going to stand in as an ambassador, a right one, honest one, sincere and dependable one, reliable one. Be the change you want to see. be that same thing you want others to do, because you know if they be that, things will be different, right? You know it, that if these people can just try and be like this, everything will be fine. Then be that thing and let's make everything fine. In the name of Yoruba nation. Can you do that? Can you? Can you? I believe you can. How best can you? I don't know. And people don't know what they can achieve, what they can do until they try. Now we are going to try. You are going to try with me. We're going to try together. We're going to hold hands. Listen, as you're watching this video right now, this is you about to begin to take responsibility for what you believe in. This is you holding hand remotely from London to, put it this way, all of you watching me from Yoruba land right now, what you are doing right now with me in spirit, what you are doing with me right now in your soul, what you are doing right now with me is that you are holding hands. I am holding your hands in spirit. You are holding my hands. And we are holding this network of hands all over the world right now in spirit, telling ourselves that yes, we can. Yes, we can. I believe. But if some of us drop the hands, then we'll break the chain. Once you break that chain of a unity and brotherhood, we are broken. For now, in spirit, can we hold hands now and say, Mayegun, we are going to do this. We have to do this. Because that's what people tell me all the time. Mayegun, we have to do this. Then you have to be prepared to be exactly what you want to see out there in others, the failed people that you have seen in Yoruba land, outside Yoruba land, right? You want to be different, right? You want them to be different so that they can do something right. They won't. They will never change. You can then be that person. So hold hands now, because I'm going to call upon you soon. Yes, I'm going to call you. And you are going to answer, won't you? It's going to be a clarion call. Yoruba nation, we have a sacrifice to make. Every single of us, every single person of us, from every place you are right now, you have a sacrifice to make. And that sacrifice must be voluntary. It must come from your heart. It must be something that you are doing, not because you want to be praised, not because you want to be celebrated, not because you want to be rewarded, not because you want to stand out. It's because you want to see a difference. And it's because you are tired of complaining. What are we doing? Let's do something. Now you will do something. Yes, you will do something. And I'm going to ask you to do something, because you have asked me to chart a course and I've brought that back to you. So you are the success of this. If it doesn't succeed, we all fail. I've never been part of any failure, so to say. And I don't think any of us here on the Temple of Truth have been part of any failure, so to say. Now, this is ours. Yoruba Rescue Fund. You are going to represent this fund, this team in America. Be prepared. You are going to be the representative in Dublin. You are going to be representative in Ireland, as they say. You're going to be the representatives here in the UK. You're going to be the representatives here right there in Oshogbo. You'll be the representative there right there in Lagos. You are going to represent us right there in Akure. You will represent us all across Yoruba land. I mean, come on, where are you? You are actually going to be the ones planting this flag all over the world. Watch, listen. This is yours. This is your project. Remember that. Wherever you want it done or changed right there in Yoruba land, you are going to make that happen by being the ambassador of what you want to see. If you fail us, then you would explain that to those coming after you, and you should never even contemplate of failing us. We'll open up very soon. We'll sign up. We'll volunteer. And when you volunteer, you're also going to volunteer to be representatives of our programs in all over the world. All over the world. This is a global one now. Ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àgbáyé Worldwide Yoruba Rescue Fund, put it that way, YRF. And you will be the ambassador of this cause. This is the program that is going to welcome your own contribution, a program that is going to take your support right there to the people of Yoruba land. And this is it. In the next few days, I am going to release the legal framework for this project. And then we are going to open the web where everybody will sign up. If we can raise 1 million people, Yorubas all over the world, home and abroad, then we can recruit over 500,000 volunteers in Yoruba land alone. They will be recruited. Don't worry yourselves. I know how to do these things. They will be recruited. They will turn around as the campaigners in Yoruba land. Before December 2022, this year that we are in, this one, if all of you follow me on this journey, you ask me to put this together, I am putting this together now. But it is not a one-man show. This is a worldwide movement, put it that way. They are going to feel us. They are going to feel it. You are going to meet them on the road. You're going to meet them in the market. You're going to meet us everywhere. You are going to have a motto. You are going to have a legal workbook. Every one of us will be able to say one or two things, if not 10 or more, why we need Yoruba nation. Now, if you are a writer, historian, if you are if you are somebody who can put together researches that you've done before, we are now going to have you all volunteer. We are going to discover all experts that we need: security, economy, policy formulation, lobbyists, and every other people who volunteer for so many things. Many of you are still going to also, when you join this, by the way, many of us are going to serve as Yoruba support groups for all of the Yoruba sons and daughters all over the world. If you have an issue with your immigration, if you have an issue with the government of the country you are living in, whatever your problem is, you can reach out to Yoruba Rescue Fund in your city. I want this. This is what I want us to have in mind. This is beyond just fund. All right? This is about responsibility, a global movement that will chart the reasons why Yorubas need Yoruba nation. And everywhere you see Yorubas, it will not be difficult to say, yeah, these people can have their own country. Seriously. Do you get that now? I want an average, and I want every Yoruba all over the world to have a straight dial number of Yoruba Rescue Fund team in their city when they have a problem, when they need help. I want a place where that can serve as a sanctuary for every Yoruba sons and daughters all over the world. So if you are volunteering and joining us, remember that you are joining a community of responsible people, and your expertise is going to be seriously needed. We will create the platform for that. We'll collect all the information that is needed. And back in Nigeria, many of us in Yoruba land are going to work on the field. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. You are going to serve as officials of this fund. You are going to take this message down there to the grassroots, and this fund is going to be easier for us to really give help when it comes to the security. I don't like talking much about that because I don't want it to be like, oh, well, you know what I mean? But just have it in mind. There's nothing that this can't do, or what this team will not do probably does not exist when we become active. And that's why I'm saying it to you right now. If they succeed, it will be because you as a Yoruba man or woman, you want it to succeed. If it doesn't succeed, it is not because Mayegun didn't do his job. It simply means we all fail to do our own job. I'm doing my part now. When it is released, you have to do your part, and you have to do it eh, religiously. You have to do it passionately. You have to do it patriotically. If you want to be exactly what you want to see in those people, then you know that's a responsibility that you must not joke with. I don't joke with mine, and I don't think you should with yours. So, in this regard, I am saying this beforehand. This is not a one man's project. In the coming days, I am going to begin to tell you, as your GO, the general overseer of the temple of truth, eh? The one that you have said that should be your shepherd in this cause. In the coming days, I will tell you, when I begin to discover the like minds who are also going to serve as members of the board of trustees for this organization at first. And like I told you, there is going to be a legal framework. Yeah, there's going to be what we call the mode of entry and the mode of exit. This is a soldier go, soldier come adventure. Once your expertise is needed, we will continue to value you. Once your expertise is no longer needed, we'll show you the door, and we'll always give credit for what you've done for us. That is why when you take this up, remember, you are going to be bringing in not just yourselves. You're going to be bringing in your families. You're going to be bringing in your friends. You're going to be bringing in your community, because this is a community we're about to build. And listen to me. They say, every great things comes from a little idea. Oh dear, this is a little idea that you have to make big, and you have to be responsible for it. Mhm. We all have to be responsible for it. The biggest part of it is going to be the America. I can see it. America is going to be the centerpiece of this whole fund. It's not because of their money, but it's because of their number. We have more than, I don't know, I'm just guessing now, okay? So don't take my word for it. I bet we have more than 2 million Yorubas in America alone, right? Maybe there are more, maybe 10, maybe more. I don't know. Or if they should be interested in this, of course, they will have their own, in America, you're going to have the head, American head of this movement, the North America, all that will be defined in this whole legal framework. So once we set up in the UK, we'll pass you the whole thing for every one of you all over the world. And listen, it is not about man knows man. And that is why once this Yoruba Rescue Fund goes live, make sure you register if you think you have a role to play for us and you want us to have your details as somebody who is part of us as a member. Once it goes live, register to be a member. And then right beside that, you're going to see a place where you can also register as a volunteer. Mhm. Now, when you register as a volunteer, we'll have your detail. We know where you are registered, where you are joining from. We know what you are interested in. Do you want to be this? In what part? In this and that? You know what I mean? What are you bringing to us? What is that you are going to help use to organize that place? All of that are going to be put into the launch. So now you can begin to think, where do I feel? Where can I work? What can I do? I have people already telling me, I want to be I want to be the representative that is working with those who are going to be collecting, donations like, clothes, anything that people wants to give to people, clothes, shoes, bags, all of that. There are people who are already saying, Mayegun, in my own city, I can map the whole place. I can put in a collection point in all of the places. With Yoruba Rescue Fund, YRF collection points all over the place. I can do that. People are already suggesting. I said, don't worry. Don't send me a message through WhatsApp. Don't send me an email for that. Even if you have sent me one, great. But don't worry. There's a mechanism that is going to do all of that for us. You know how? You are going to register as a member. Then you are going to also register as a volunteer. Then we are going to reach out to you and say, oh, hi, hello, ma. We got your message. Oh, you say you are currently, you are in Quebec, Canada, and you want to be the coordinator for so and so there. That's great. We have about 15 people who have applied that they want to be coordinator for Quebec in Canada. We are choosing you, and we're going to let you know that all these 15 other people are going to be part of you in that Canada, right? I want to see your expertise. Maybe you'll be able to even like put all of the 15 people together and make them your team. How about that? Like I said, it's a soldier go, soldier come adventure. And it is primarily just to say, what is the purpose of the Yorubas in that Nigeria? How do we amplify that? How do we weaponize what we want and get it out there? Is the people. And this is one of the ways, like many other ways too. And I've told people it's not a competition. Okay. So I am going to drop here. You can call in and be part of this, okay? Which means that, yeah, I am going to take a quick break. Mm? Their June 12th democracy nonsense, you've seen what it is. Now we are not just going to sit back and just complain anymore. We're going to challenge a lot. And we will look forward to how much we're going to achieve that. It's up to us. So I have spent my time. I hope you enjoyed that. So take a moment, like the video, okay? Don't go anywhere if you want to call in. And if you don't want to, I'll see you some other time. But I'm going to take a quick break, make my tea. And when I get back, we'll continue from where we're stopping now, which is you can phone in and add your own voice to this. Until then, share the broadcast, like it. Yes, like the video. Come on. I'll see you soon.